But giving birth to a YouTube channel or a corporation or any type of entity outside yourself, the way I think about it, doesn't mean I'm right. You know, you can tweak it and do what you want with the information. Just roll your own, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But my opinion is you're kind of like a wizard when you do that.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of capturing the ambiance and energy of the day in an entity.
Yeah.
And it kind of reflects that. I mean, I've kind of got like personal examples of that. There's certain things I've done, or like I always relate everything to music.
Yeah.
Certain pieces of music equipment that just like always seem to bring joy.
Yeah.
And then something else might be real expensive and all that, but it just doesn't do much for you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so sometimes it's the simplest thing, and I think it has something to do with the energy of the day that thing comes into your life, or you give birth to it. Like certain gifts just keep giving.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This was like a synchronistic thing how it worked out, because it was obviously after I was staying with Jordan, and then after I got out of the mental hospital, and then I was staying with this guy Glenn, and I bumped into this movie director at an Indian restaurant, and he like took an interest in me and what I was doing, and he suggested I create like a Facebook page about my Reiki, and he suggested I create like a different email, and that's what led to the creation of this YouTube channel. So I don't know, it's kind of weird how it all happened.
Well, but look, even you, Russ, right now, the dragon's head's going through your 10th house of career. You've got a dragon's tail going through Aquarius in your 4th house.
Yeah, I know.
Home, hearth, clan, tribe, and family. That might be why you had a little bit of family drama.
Yep.
But usually that dragon's tail stings you one time pretty good, and then you just get residual effect of it. That's been my observation. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah, well,
your mileage might vary, I should say.
We've been having a lot of problems, so I think that now the worst is over, and realistically, it's just about moving forward with the North Node at this point.
It's probably that dragon's tail in Aquarius in your 4th house that was stinging the hell out of you.
Yep.
Because usually what that is, in my opinion, that's just the dragon's head saying, hey, that can be your foundation, but don't forget about where the head's at.
Yep.
It doesn't mean I'm right, but that's the way I see it. Your dragon's head saying, hey, Russ, focus on that 10th house stuff for the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't have family and stuff like that, but it just means they have to be supporting what that 10th house is doing.
Right, exactly.
So basically, but in 9.45 years, that dragon's head's going to wrap around to Aquarius.
Right, of course.
So, things will be different there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so now look, forming YouTube channels, that's of a lot of analysis. It's beyond me. I'm going to do it, but what you're getting from me is like first grade,
that's
baby
fine.
crawling on the ground stuff.
That's fine, because that's where I'm at with it, and it's a new project, and I don't know,
But if you're going to do that kind of analysis, look, I'd like to do it. I just don't know how, but I think what's involved, you have to basically give birth to that entity on a day that matches the nature of that entity.
Yeah.
If you want to do a sports story, you probably want something where the sun's talking to Mars and Pluto.
Yeah, well, I created this YouTube channel on July 26th, 2014 at 4 p.m. in Los Angeles. And I don't know, it seems like the energies are quite good from what I've looked at. But obviously I'm not looking at it through the Magi software. I'm just doing the free stuff online.
Well, if you feel good about it, that's good too.
Yeah.
Your intuition's, this is just dead symbolism. It's just a reflection of living.
Yeah, well, it has Sun conjunct Jupiter conjunct Moon.
Oh, that's good.
It has
Sun. Yes, very good.
It has Sun, Moon, and Jupiter all conjunct in Cancer.
Not bad. And what's particularly good about that, the dragon's head's going to be moving into Cancer December 2017.
Yeah, right.
So that's not bad, and that's pretty good for a YouTube channel, because your 9th house of broadcasting and publishing's Cancer in the 9th house.
Right.
So not bad.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was kind of lucky.
Hey, could have been just the timing.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it might be a little more than luck. Might have been some unseen forces at play, like the bigger part of you that's not necessarily you can perceive just on your sense organs.
Yeah, well, one of the things Jordan told me is that he said that somebody else said this about him, but I think it's true that he's kind of like this occult or like paranormal energy field, and like once you get involved with him, it sends you off into this like matrix,
That's the story of my music.
Yep.
That's exactly true.
That's what he said. He said that to me. That like basically he's like this like matrix, and like once you get involved with him, it like you're involved in this like Jordan matrix, and
You're never getting out. No, it's true because everybody around them's going down.
Yeah, well,
Bad stuff starts to happen to you.
well,
I'm not saying it's not Jordan's fault, but it's my opinion of why the. I mean, everybody. I mean, there's been celebrities around Jordan that have gone down.
It's because it's a spiritual. It has to do with spiritual energy, and once you start going against like the powers that be, then you know.
I think it's that, and I also think part of it. This is just my opinion,
Yeah,
but I think part of it too is, oh, so you want to know something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, there's
a price.
How bad do you want to know?
There's always a price to pay for knowledge.
Well, you know, I think a lot of this stuff, you know, this is me off of my speculative realms. The scientist would say I'm insane, but I just basically think it's, oh, so you want to know something, huh? Okay. I'm not saying it's anything in this realm. They're like, well, let's find out how bad you want to know.
Right.
Let's find out. That's kind of how it works in life. Oh, you want to join the gang? Oh, really? You want to join the fraternity?
Yeah.
Well, but you just ain't going to open the door and say, welcome.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things that Jordan made a point to tell me about. You know, sacrifice is the measure of credibility. That unless you really, you know, are going to pay for it, then it's not worth that much.
That's actually the same thing in law, too. You know, put your money down. No money, no sacrifice. People just talking shit. That's it. So anyway, all right, so I'm putting here YouTube. When was this thing born? What was that date again?
July 26th, 2014, Los Angeles, California, at 4 p.m.
4 p.m., okay. Oh, yeah, sun was definitely in Cancer. Okay. Los Angeles, California. I'm curious myself. But while I'm putting all this in here, here's how I think about it. This is what I've gleaned from the Magi's, but not in their books. I stumbled across some things on the internet. When you're creating an entity, first of all, the entity has to reflect the nature of what it's about, like George Lucas did Star Wars when the sun was talking to Mars and Jupiter.
Right.
Well, that means war. Mars and Jupiter means the good fight.
Right.
And that first movie's still making money.
Right.
New Hope. I mean, I can go down to Ralph's down the street, the grocery store. They're still selling Star Wars lunchboxes because he released that movie on a day that reflected the theme. Star Wars, Mars, war, Jupiter, winning the good fight. The rebels won. They blew up the Death Star.
Right.
See? So you've got to do that. But after you do that, just because that day's good doesn't mean it's harmonious with your birthday.
Right.
Because did we talk about this before?
A little bit. I've kind of been looking into it.
All right, because if the day's not harmonious with your birthday, the business might be a success, but there could be, like, so to speak, a corporate takeover. Well, yeah, everybody makes money except for the guy who birthed it.
Well, yeah, because it has to do with like it's like the relationship compatibility, if it was like a partner, you know,
exactly,
or a spouse. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Yep.
And then again, there's another factor. You have to look at the progressed chart. Okay. You know, take a day for a year, so it might be a good day, and it might be harmonious with your birth chart.
Okay.
But that particular day, there might be a progressed transit like Saturn squared Jupiter that lasts for 99 days, which is the equivalent of 99 years.
Okay.
See, that progressed chart's very important because there's certain corporations that were formed like over 100 years ago, but they'll have like in terms of a progressed chart, they'll have a transit that lasts like 110 days. Okay. And it might be a beautiful transit between Pluto and Venus, which is indicative of super financial success. So that's like 110 years, like this thing just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's companies on the Fortune 500 with that.
Yeah.
So those are the things that one has to look into. But when you start looking into the mechanics of that, it's so hard to integrate all that together. It makes me wonder in the end whether if it's just not all destiny anyway.
Right.
I mean, like, how contrived can you be? By the time you get a good progress date, it's harmonious with your birth date, and it fits the nature of what you're trying to do. I mean, you might be waiting 75 years for that date.
Right. Well, yeah.
And then there's also launching it on a waxing moon period.
Right.
That's another factor.
Yeah.
Well, trying to bring all those together, you know, it's just when I look at that kind of stuff and think about it, I haven't done a lot of it, but when I just think about it, I just think bad. Some things for certain people are not meant to be.
Yeah, you're right, Joey. You're right.
I don't think George Lucas, he might have consulted an astrologer, but it's just kind of everything probably just aligned the right way.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can go about it in a contrived way. You might be waiting 150 years for that perfect date. But you got to try. I'm not saying not to do it. Everybody. I'm talking to myself here too.
Right.
Just something to keep in mind.
Well, yeah. With your South Node in Virgo, it's that analysis paralysis, right?
Well, you look at the stars, though. Really, it's just certain people. I really think it's what they call destiny.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joey. I mean,
I'm not sure if one can basically say, okay, I want to be the next George Lucas, and I want my movie to achieve the level of popularity Star Wars did. So I'm going to go to an astrologer, and I'm going to get a day that's compatible with me. It fits the nature of what I'm doing. It's going to be on a waxing moon period, and it's going to have fantastic progressed transits.
You're right. The thing is, Joey, not everything in life we intentionally set out to do. I didn't intentionally set out to meet Jordan Maxwell, but it kind of happened. I mean, ultimately, as I found his work and stuff, I thought I'd be interested to meet him, but I didn't know, it would kind of happen that way. And then meeting you and how I'm talking to you right now, it just seems to be like this is all part of destiny. So I think by that logic, probably the creation of my YouTube channel was part of that destiny, and so I'm interested to look at its natalization.
Oh yeah. Let's look at it definitely. I'm not trying to be discouraging.
I'm not saying you are.
Yeah. But
I don't think
you look at all the factors, though, it's just like certain things. Yeah, it's just, for me, it's an argument for destiny.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let's see. But that being said, though, if you're going to do certain things, I mean, it doesn't get better than picking moons. Yeah, this is a pretty tight conjunction, too. Let's see here. Yeah, and then the dragon's head was in Leo. Let me see here. Oops, I forgot to put the year in the right way. Silly me. Hold on here. It was 2016, right?
2014.
Oh, 2014. Really? Okay. Shit, I did do it right. All right, let's take a look at the sky.
Because this is after when I was living with Jordan and my mom got me in the mental hospital, and then I got out, and I was back in LA, and I was living with Glenn, and then that's around when this happened.
All right, let's see here. Let's look at the sky. Okay, yeah. Hey. The sun represents the day. Sun conjunct Jupiter. It's pretty daggone good. I got another thing we can do too. Let's go to the Magi website. Let's look at their best and worst days. Let's go back to that day.
Thanks, Joey.
Oh shit, that's also a new moon too.
Awesome.
Yeah, sun conjunct moon. That's a new moon. That's not a bad time to be doing stuff, working with the energy of the sun, moon, Jupiter conjunction. Well, and Jupiter's exalted in Cancer too.
Yeah. One of the things that I thought was interesting, I was listening to one of Jordan's interviews the other day, and he said that anything that, if you do something new, do it on a day that's an 8, and the 26th, that the gematria is an 8, right?
Okay. Let's see here. And this was, wait a second here. But just the fact you've got Sun conjunct Jupiter.
Yeah, and the moon conjunct Sun conjunct Jupiter as well, right?
Oh shit! You did this right at the beginning of the new moon. The new moon was at 3:42 p.m. You did it at 4 p.m., right?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good. That's that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. So and that YouTube channel. How's it functioning now? You might have told me, but I got so many concepts in my brain. I think something pushed it out.
It's doing. I finished it. It's doing pretty well. I created a secondary one, and they just deleted it. But this one's doing well. I had one copyright strike on it so far, so that's the only thing that's got me a little bit worried. Because if I get another 2 copyright strikes within the next 75 days, then it can be deleted. But I think
why are they giving you copyright strikes? What, you're just putting links to somebody's copyrighted material or uploading it?
Yeah, well, what happened in this case was that I'd uploaded music that, like, somebody had done the mix, and then he got mad about it, and that's why this
Oh,
particular, you
okay.
know, but that can happen sometimes. It wasn't, but my other channel was just outright deleted. You know, they just nuked it because they didn't want it there. So, but I'm not really
What were you talking about on those channels? Pot and politics?
on the secondary one. It was called Hemp, and it was all about the legalization of cannabis and psychedelics and stuff like, and the conspiracies and stuff. But yeah, on this one, it's 40% of it's music, and then the rest is just like all, yeah, it's conspiracy and truth and healing.
Well, what you
and
can
cannabis.
do about that? I don't know though. Maybe the ISPs will get pissed off too. But there's got to be an ISP out there that supports free speech, and maybe the YouTube stuff. Just keep that all the generic say stuff that's original, and then just have that point to your website. And then you can put the real controversial stuff on the website.
Yeah, I've actually, well, the thing is, I've had a lot of issues with this in the past, and that's why I've had so many channels deleted. But basically, as a result, I found out like what videos were like more or less like okay and not okay and stuff. So I've actually finished the channel. I finished it yesterday. It's done, so I shouldn't have any issues.
All right. But I'm saying, if you want to do real controversial stuff, maybe YouTube's just the pointer.
Yeah,
back to your website, like thing to promote your website.
I'm actually done creating content. I just want it like to do well and for it to continue to exist now.
All right, let's see. So we got 26 July 2014. Yeah, right at the beginning of the sun, moon, sun. The moon's the dignified ruler of Cancer. Not bad. That's a lot of power there. So you've got that going on too. You got two of the rulers in Cancer conjunct the sun. And Cancer's in your ninth house of broadcasting and publishing. That's pretty much what you're doing with that YouTube channel.
Of course.
Yeah, well, that's pretty daggone good. So I'm going to put it in the Magi program. Look at that. But let's just walk around the sky.
Okay. Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, but and hey, man, 3 planets conjunct. That's a multiple planet configuration. That's planetary synchronization, planetary geometry,
Yeah.
And the conjunction is the strongest angle. And it looks like you also have a Sun-Jupiter eclipse, because vertically, I think Sun and Jupiter are making a parallel. That's right. 4 times stronger than a conjunction. And wow. Jupiter's very helpful and beneficial.
Well, yeah, it's like the best one, basically.
Yeah, so, this is pretty damn.
Yeah, I think this one's going to work out, man. I've gone through so much, and I think finally this is going to be like... I've put in, like, over the last 7 years, I've put in so much work to all this, and I have nothing to show for it except now this YouTube channel, and I think it's going to ultimately, like, be the success of, like, everything I've worked towards.
You put in all that work? Yeah, that's just kind of how it is till you hit the winner.
Yep.
It's the same thing with music. You just write and practice, and finally one day it starts sounding good.
Yep.
And you don't even know how. It's an organic process.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that has to do with Saturn too, where like that's 6 years or whatever, or like, and then it's...
Well, that's a good point, because I think also too it has to do with Mars. Anytime you initiate something, they say most businesses fail within 2 years. It's like 98% businesses fail within 2 years. That's the orbit of Mars, 2 years.
Sure.
So you got to give it 2 years, but then the Saturnian part of that would be Mars is exalted in Capricorn.
Right.
And Saturn rules Capricorn, and that's time. So then another 2 years go by. Now that's 4 years. So your foundation's getting stronger.
Right.
And you said you've been at it 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's pretty good. You've got a rock-solid footing.
Right.
Dragon's Head was in Virgo at that time. Saturn was transiting through Libra. Let me just walk through the sky. Yeah, but that's for you personally. That's a good place for it to be. Cancer, your ninth house. That's fantastic. Dragon's Tail was in Pisces at that time. Dragon's Head was in Virgo.
Well, Pisces is good because a lot of what I'm doing is creative and spiritual and stuff. So.
Well, the Dragon's Head being in Virgo is good because Mercury was in Gemini in your 8th house.
Right.
And, the Dragon's Head being in Virgo means explaining things.
Right.
So that's kind of, I would imagine that's what you're doing with this channel.
Yeah.
Disseminating information.
Exactly.
Neptune was in Aquarius. Right where your dragon's head is. That's pretty good. Okay, and then Pluto was in Sagittarius. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's put all of this in. Let's put it in the Magi program.
Thanks, Joey.
No problem. So you just don't have the Magi program, right?
No, but when this YouTube channel is successful, I'll get the money to buy it, right?
Yep. I was just curious.
No, I haven't. I've been really broke for the last like several years. Every time I get money, it just disappears really quickly. I don't know. It's stupid.
It's called cash flow.
Yep.
All right. Let me see here. YouTube. Let's see. Los Angeles. I'll load this in here. Do this. Let's get these coordinates for LA. Alrighty. Let's do this.
It's one of the things you told me too, to make learning astrology take 5 years, and I've taken that to heart. So.
Yeah, it's the same thing with music. I mean, because I've just been at it so long, you can practice and practice and practice, and when you're starting out, it feels like you're making no progress at all.
Yeah.
It's just you just sound like shit. It's horrible. It's difficult, and then about 4 years later, it actually starts sounding good. You don't even know how it happened.
Yeah, it seems.
But it's like riding a bike.
Yep. It seems like we have some pretty interesting astrological configurations going on right now. I mean, there's like loads of retrograde planets. There was the Kazemi moon, right, which is like good luck and stuff. I don't know. Pretty interesting.
Hold on here.
A lot of
well, you're looking into things I haven't looked into. That's why I'm just kind of being silent because I don't know. I don't know, just because I'm overwhelmed with other things, but that's good. I always tell people, invent your own school of astrology.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you did this 4 p.m. And what was the time day? Time zone that day? Yeah, come on. What was the time zone? +7. Okay, let's recalculate. Okay, 17:04 p.m. Let's look at the planetary aspects. Hold on here, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Venus and Mercury, since the dragon's head was in Virgo, Venus and Mercury were an enhanced declination. That's good. Hold on. There's some really good angles on that day. Let's see. No, they're separating now. Okay, so forget that. They've got to be applying. Let's see here. Mercury was squaring the nodes. Sun, Moon, Jupiter. Mars was square Jupiter. Well, you had Mars square Jupiter that day. What I would say about that, doesn't mean I'm right, but what I'd say about it, Mars square Jupiter, just a lot of activity on that channel.
Yeah.
A lot of activity.
Yep.
I got to give you the good with the bad. Don't take it to heart.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say about the conjunction, all the planets were separating.
Mm-hmm.
They were separating. But, it's okay. It's still a conjunction. What can you do? What can you do?
Everything's never going to be perfect,
Right, exactly. But yeah, and it definitely it was a Sun Jupiter eclipse, and Sun was also. This is pretty good too in the vertical side. Damn, it was Sun Jupiter, Sun Pluto, Jupiter Pluto.
Well, that's like the best.
That's freaking powerful.
That's good for business, right? I mean, Pluto, Jupiter, those are super aspects.
It's good for super success.
Yeah.
The only weakness I can see is they're separating, but you were trying to do it on a new moon, and you can't make everything perfect, So, not that bad, not that big of a deal. So that's pretty good though, man. In the geocentric, there's really not much negative here. I've even seen that with the Magi, their best and worst days. I'll occasionally take their dates and then I'll go look on the Magi program, and on the days they say are great, there'll be a lot of bad aspects in there.
Yeah.
They'll pick one or two that are just fantastic.
Right.
So, like you said, there's nothing perfect.
Right.
But this right here, another thing too, there was a Saturn-Uranus, Saturn-Chiron, Uranus-Chiron multiple planet configuration. So, when you see Saturn talking to Uranus, that can mean like mastery and dominance and control of the masses.
Yeah.
See? So, yeah, you had some pretty damn powerful planetary geometry that day. Sun, Moon, Sun, Jupiter, Sun, Pluto, Jupiter, Pluto, Sun, Jupiter, eclipse, which the Magi say is 4 times stronger than just a pure conjunction. That's pretty powerful in the geocentric chart.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful. You had Venus opposition Pluto, which the Magi's will say is turbulent.
Right.
But just to kind of offset that a little bit, usually sometimes the turbulent aspects of Venus and Jupiter really aren't that bad.
Yeah.
They're not really that bad because Venus and Jupiter are so beneficial.
Right.
Let me go to the Magi interpretations here. Let's just do financial interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the computer generates. Then we'll go to the heliocentric. But hey, Russ, you know what I mean? All factors considered, like you said, you can't get everything perfect. That's a pretty damn good day.
It looks good, man. That's why I wanted you to look at it.
That's a pretty damn good day. But usually you'll have an intuitive feeling about something.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I think this is going to be like my big success.
Let's see here. Hold on here.
And the thing is that I've set this up for the long term, I don't care if it goes viral anytime soon. It's just, I just don't want it to go down. Because I feel like if it's there in the long run, it will just do well,
They really, in their program, they really give Venus opposition Pluto a negative interpretation.
Sure.
But, I'm going to invent my own school of astrology a little bit. I think there's something to their negative interpretation of Venus opposition Pluto. But I don't think it's just one of those things. You're never going to get a perfect day. And what I would say to offset that is that basically Venus and Jupiter, even the turbulent aspects of them, they're such beneficial planets. I don't think it's anything to worry about. And it's going to be offset by all this great stuff.
Well, in a way, what it says is like it's not easy to just start making money. It's kind of like there's going to be some work required.
Well, the reason for that's just kind of common sense, which I'm not saying you don't have any, but the thing is, trying to get people to part with their money, it's not easy, man. It's hard to get people to whip out their credit cards and hand money over to you.
Yep.
People just don't do it. They don't do it willingly. I mean, there's always some people who are, not frugal with their money, but most people, they're not going to give you the sweat off their balls. They're just not.
Yeah.
And when you're talking money,
Yep.
All right, I'm in the heliocentric. This is, oh, Lord, heliocentric. Jupiter, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Neptune. That's pretty damn good. Multiple planet configuration. Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Uranus, Neptune. It's a very spiritual channel. It's probably a very creative channel.
Yeah. Have you taken a look at it?
No, I've got to do that. Sorry. Hold on a second here. Let's see. What else do we have here? Mars, Uranus. Wow. Yeah, you've got Mars, Uranus in the heliocentric, Mars, Pluto, and Uranus, Pluto. That's just, you're very active on this channel.
Yeah.
That would be my opinion.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of work on this channel.
Yeah,
my thinking's very simple.
Yeah.
Mars, Uranus. Uranus means massive. Mars, Uranus. Massive amounts of activity.
Yeah.
Damn. This is actually a 4-planet configuration over on the vertical side. It's Mars, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Neptune. That's a hell of a lot of creative activity going on that channel.
This represents like the whole knowledge of like my soul that I could put in that like wasn't going to get deleted, basically. I don't know. It's like the most I could possibly do.
I think this might even be 5 because it's Venus, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, Venus, Neptune, Mars, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Neptune.
Holy crap.
That is holy crap. That's 5-planet, multiple planet configuration. The whole damn thing's in alignment.
Well,
that's insane.
Sounds like
I've never seen that in transits.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted you to look at the chart of it, dude. That seems special.
Damn. Wow. Man, that's jeez, man. After 7 years, yeah, that seems like that's the channel. That's like the channel you've devoted everything to.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Will you go look at it now?
Wow. All right. Let's see here. I didn't look at it because I didn't want to. I was just over.
No, I know, dude. I don't take it personally, man. Believe me.
You can say, yeah, you fucking asshole. Fuck, man. I send you a million fucking emails. You know, you never respond to me. You don't look at my fucking channel. Fuck you. Is this it right here? YouTube Russell Blattberg?
That's it.
All right. That I don't mind having on the recording. I don't care if you play that for the wall.
I'm not. This is personal.
Russ, man, why is your intro video? I mean, you got all these potential stars, but you look like you've got the measles and you got no shirt on, dude.
Yeah.
Well, what's that about?
It's about vaccines.
Oh, okay. Then screw it. Then that fits what you're doing. All right. Let me see here. No, if that's what you're talking about, then leave it there. I'm looking at the videos. Well, that's very fitting. I like this one. I am a piece of paper, and I control your entire life.
Yep.
These videos you uploaded, this looks pretty awesome.
Thanks, Joey.
Hey, we'll see how this goes. Maybe as soon as you hang up with me in like half hour, YouTube's going to yank it down, and then we'll know. Astrology's bullshit. Okay? But that being said, like I said, the heliocentric's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I've never seen this before.
All right. Good karma.
Shit, man. Well, that is a little bit destiny because you didn't know this.
No. This was after I got out of the mental hospital and I was homeless and I got taken in and it was just all like, I don't know. It seemed like destiny, you know?
I think there is, man. I think it'd be pretty hard-pressed to find a day like that. Once again, let me put it on a recording. Venus, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, Venus, Neptune, Mars, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Neptune. All 5 of them synchronized.
Well, and that's like what you need to get famous and to like be successful in the long run. And
well, basically, I've been sitting in front of this microphone now for like over 4 years now, and on occasion, it's not that uncommon to see 3 planets synchronized together.
Sure.
It's a little more rare to see 4. That's a little bit more rare. You start seeing 5-planet synchronizations, whether in natal charts or on days, I would say my odds would be like once every 200 charts, maybe.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of charts in these 4 years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of charts.
Yeah.
5 planets synchronized this way.
It's rare.
In these 4 years,
it's rare.
Maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, sure.
So, let's see here. Venus, Neptune, Venus, Earth, Neptune, Earth. That's very good. That's another very good. Now, here's another thing, too. I don't know if, you wouldn't know this yet because the Magi's didn't say it in their books. But you have a multiple planet configuration of Venus, Neptune, and the Earth. That's very good. The Magi's would interpret Venus square Neptune negatively, except it's part of a multiple planet configuration where Venus is trine the Earth.
Okay.
And that's an enhancement. That's not turbulent. Well, they say when you have a multiple planet configuration with a square in there, if it's a multiple planet configuration with a trine, the trine makes the whole thing positive.
Okay.
It's called enhancement dominance.
Okay.
So you don't read Venus square Neptune as turbulent.
Okay.
You read it in the context that, no, this is a multiple planet configuration with a fantastic Venus trine Earth angle. So that square's positive.
Wow.
And Venus talking to Neptune is, Venus and Neptune are finance. Venus is liquid assets. Neptune is illiquid assets. So that's your creativity and your ideas. That Neptune.
Wow.
So that's another very good planetary synchronization. I mean, this is you're kind of putting your heart and soul on this one.
Yeah, I really did, man.
So yeah, hopefully that baby don't get yanked down.
I don't think it will. I've had so many go down, dude. And well, what I did, Joey, is I disabled all comments, so now nobody can comment on any of the videos or anything, and I'm not actively promoting them or sharing them anymore. And it's only going to be another like 75 days or something while I have this like copyright strike window, so I should be fine.
Yeah, but once again, you know, helio latitudes. Yeah, this is one of those destiny things, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it is.
So we're going to find out if I'm full of shit. If it gets yanked down, I'm full of shit. Astrology's a bunch of shit, you know?
Whatever.
So, but yeah, very good. And a lot of this 5-planet, multiple planet configuration, a lot of these angles are very tight.
Yeah.
Venus parallel Uranus is at 0.01. Anything in the helio latitudes, degree of separation, below 0.11 is exceptionally tight. Venus, Neptune, 0.06. Mars, Uranus, 0.7. Mars, Neptune, 0.2. Uranus, Neptune, 0.05. Uranus means massive. Neptune means massive amounts of creativity. You could also interpret it. Uranus basically means masses of people and trying to get a Neptunian message to them. And
True.
Jupiter's part of it, and that
Right.
means success with that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So, yeah, that's very unusual. I think you're correct. It just was kind of destiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, man. You're the man, Joey.
It's easy, man. If you had the program,
Well,
you'd be doing it.
I'll get it, but you know, thanks for your time and help with it. And teaching me about it. You know, I wouldn't have even known about all this if it weren't for you, dude. So I appreciate it.
Hey, can I share my screen on Skype? You do a print screen of it, then you can have a record of this fantastic stuff in the Helio
Yeah,
Center.
sure. Go ahead.
Let me do that.
By all means.
You got to record this, man. This is an exceptional date. To make sure I didn't make a mistake here. July 26, 2014, 4 p.m.
That's correct.
All right. Let's share my screen. Get a print screen of this.
Okay.
You even got to do that with the geocentric, too. You're going to do 4 of these. I'm going to give you the visual and the grid.
All right.
Did you get this right here?
Do
you see this here? This is unbelievable in the helio latitudes.
Okay. All right, I got it.
Okay, now let's do the visual side of it so you can see the visuals of it. The visuals of all that is all this right here. Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, Mars, Neptune. Look at that. Look at all those green lines between them.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Take a print screen of that, Russ.
All right, I did.
Okay. Then here, you've got Venus trine the Earth, Venus semi-sextile Neptune, Neptune square the Earth, but since there's a trine, this Neptune square the Earth, Neptune square Venus, this square, you read it positively. Did you get this print screen?
Yep.
Okay. Boy, man, here's Mars, Pluto, Uranus. That's a lot of energy. And then Mars, Pluto, Uranus are talking to Chiron. And so is Jupiter, Mars. You've got a Mars, Uranus, Chiron, Pluto, multiple planet configuration. That's another 4-planet, multiple planet configuration, man.
The whole thing seems to be very synchronized.
It's just one of those days.
Yeah. Well, it's like Star Wars, right?
Might be better. Do print screen of this one, Russ.
Okay. Well, if I can do better than Star Wars, then I think we're in business, Joey.
Well, this one here, Saturn, Uranus, Chiron. You know, this one here, this particular planet synchronization, Saturn, Uranus, and Chiron. This might be the one where I would classify this, knowing what I know about you and the nature of these planets, I would call that the controversy multiple planet.
Yeah, the Chiron one and Saturn. Yep.
Yeah, and Uranus. This is the controversy.
And I have Saturn opposition Chiron in my natal chart.
Yeah, so that right there, this is the controversial aspect, but you've got so much other power that might be okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, and then you can see here, I don't know, did you do a print screen? Look, here's your Pluto, Sun, Jupiter, Pluto aspect right there.
Okay.
And then Mercury and Venus are an enhanced declination on this top line. They're very powerful. It's good for communicating. Okay, now let me do the grid, and then you can take a picture of the grid.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, you know, this might just be the channel that stirs up a lot of controversy, but nobody can do anything about it.
Yeah. I think you're right. Well, and controversy at a certain point can lead to getting like massive amounts of views, because if something's controversial, then people are going to debate it and want to see it, and right?
Well, this might be more. This might be more than just about money.
Yeah. Well, I know it is, but you know, obviously, success and everything that comes with that, right?
Yep. That looks good, man.
Thank you.